Well, it's late, so I'm just going to talk. And whoever wants to see this can see it tomorrow. So, what I have to say is, Karen Petit Materna, your assumptions make you look foolish and ignorant. Because you don't even know what you're talking about. And you don't even make any damn sense. And what I'm going to tell you is, where's my check? Since you want to get online and you want to tell everybody and try to falsely mislead everybody, and you want to lead people down the rabbit hole of a false narrative, and you want to tell everybody that, oh, I guess everybody's getting paid a check to do this, where's my check? Please, can you explain to me? Has it been mailed to the wrong address? Where has my check been going for the past 3 years? Where's it been going, Karen? Since you want to make assumptions and you want to falsely mislead people to believe that people are getting paid to fucking do this shit. And the other thing, don't twist words. And don't try to fucking put out false narratives on what I said. What I said is that my kids have been affected. And whoever did what they did to my car affected my children. And what I said is I have a choice to make. My kids or my car for my job. Because see, if I fix my car, then I have to put my kids off. Because school starts next week. If I choose my kids, then it puts my car off to where then I don't have a job. So don't fucking come on and twist fucking words and throw out your fucking assumptions and allegations. Because see, what you do when you do that kind of shit is you falsely mislead the public into jumping down rabbit holes, starting more shit. People start wanting to know, well, what are they doing? Well, what's going on? Ooh, are they working? Are they not working? Do you see what I'm saying? And then you want to fucking use my family and my kids and our situation as a fucking prop and a tool for your fucking entertainment. Congratulations. I'm so glad that you find this fucking entertaining. You see, my family has really been affected. It's not made up bullshit. And the next time you want to go out and you want to sit and you want to say some bullshit about that you're concerned for my children in so many fucking words. Oh, but see, I think that they should keep their kids. They shouldn't have their kids taken from them. But, you know, what? An intervention of sorts? You see, when you throw shit like that out to the fucking public and you're fucking sitting over spreading a false narrative and you're asking people to fucking believe you, who don't know what you're even talking about, because you haven't been in any of this shit for the past 3 years over here. You've been dealing with your own Francesca bullshit. And because you have a personal vendetta against Cropper, you decide to come over here and play. And use other people to try to help push your fucking narrative. That's exactly what you did. You see, you want to talk about people who hide and people who have fake names and then how people switch their names and how this is a mental institution going on over here and how you're going to feed everybody nuts because you can't put Thorazine in their ass. Well, does that not include you? Since you were over here for the past couple of months, changing your name. But see, you want to come over here and you want to play and you want to throw it off on everybody that's over here that have had real shit affect their lives. And now you want to use it for your fucking entertainment because you have a personal vendetta against Cropper. So now you want to use me, my children, and my family as your props. All while you're spitting out of your face about how you really care about the Turners. You really care about the children. And, you know, the parents have made bad choices and da-da-da-da-da. We have said we have made bad choices. No one's saying that we haven't. But it's not been all of our fault of what's happened to us. It's people like you that want to interject yourself, and you want to come over, and you want to put out false narratives, and you want to fucking spin and twist everything when you don't even know what you're talking about because you haven't been over here for the past 3 years. But you want to throw out nonsense like that, and you want to try to falsely fucking mislead people, and you want to come on and you want to fucking tell people don't fucking trust anybody, either fucking side, and you want to try to fucking degrade someone and degrade their character and make people think that everybody in this shit for the past 3 years is bad people. I think you need to take yourself out of where your nose don't belong. And if you want to fucking watch and use this for your fucking entertainment, then you're just fucking sick. Because this is not fucking entertainment for some fucking people. This has affected real people in their real lives. Many on both sides. So you want to push a false narrative out to the public that, oh, everything's been planned and it's a fucking novel that's been written and scripts have been written. Would you like to produce those scripts? Because I'm unaware of any scripts. I'm unaware of those. Just like the check that you speak of, about how everybody's getting paid. I'd like to know where my check's been for the past 3 years. Could you produce that? Because it's bullshit. I haven't got paid a dime for any of the shit that I've done. Now, I don't know who has. If anybody has, I can't speak for others. And I'm not saying that they have or haven't, but I haven't. So don't come on here with your fucking nonchalant arrogance and your bullshit about how you think you know what's going on with everybody when it has nothing to do with you. So how can you know? Because you have a perspective on it, so now you're going to push it as if that's the truth. That's what's going on, and you know for facts in your brain. Because what you're saying doesn't even make sense, and it's not true. Now, I don't know if there's anybody in this that's playing sick games or not. This is a sick world that we're in, so it's possible. But I know that I'm not playing any fucking sick game. But don't you dare fucking come on here and talk about me and my fucking family and use us as your fucking prop and your fucking solution to how you think you're going to play Dr. fucking Phil over here with everybody. This isn't your fucking jury trial. You're an attorney. Keep that shit in the fucking courtroom. Nobody's asked you to find out who's right, who's wrong, who's guilty, who's not guilty. We're not looking for a fucking verdict over here. We've all decided to take justifications and validations and excuses out of the equation because we've come to terms with the fact that everybody thinks that they're all right. And everybody has a reason for why they think they're right. And it's going nowhere. So the excuses and the justifications and all the bullshit has been left out of it. And everybody that has gotten on board with what we're doing has determined to just walk away from the situation. Now, that doesn't mean get off the fucking internet. We can all be on the internet if we want to. And see, what you're upset over is that it's fucking ended. And you're in the middle trying to keep it going. You're one of those people that come over to watch this and you've got a personal vendetta against Cropper. And you have determined to latch on to people, to get into people's heads, to fucking keep shit fucking going. You are nobody's friend over here. So don't act like you are. You don't care about anybody over here. You didn't when you even came into it. So don't play the bullshit like you care. Because you don't fucking care. Because if you truly fucking cared, you'd leave my fucking name with my family and my kids out of your bullshit as you spin and twist your fucking false narrative of what you think is going on. Because you have no clue what you're talking about. Only your assumptions that make you look ignorant. For months, many people have been saying that they wanted this shit to end. So we finally come up with a solution to why we think it could end and how we think it could end, and to at least try something. And so far, it's pretty much worked. You have a few that are in the middle and don't understand it or confused, and that's okay. They'll figure out what they need to figure out for themselves. Either way. But you have people like you sitting in the middle, coming over and inserting yourself into something that you've not been a part of, and you do not know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened. And you want to sit and you want to spread false shit. You want to put your spin and your twist on shit to fucking put it in people's heads to keep shit going, to rile it up and to fester it up. And you gonna sit over there and say that the four, we're not written in the script or whatever you're saying about some script shit. I believe the four you keep referring to inserted themselves and have been very well a part of what's been going on. So don't sit over there and get in their heads and make them think that they are above all this shit and have been no fucking part of it, because they have. All of them have. Everybody has. Everybody that's sitting around here right now, watching, not watching, jumping in, jumping out, been here and left, come back, have all been a part. There's been no brainwashing. There's been no fucking breaking arms and kidnapping of people to make people fucking be here or not be here. It's been what it is. So don't sit and make people fucking think that they haven't been a part, when if they're here, they've been a part. You haven't been here. You just recently come over this past couple of months. And you have a personal vendetta against Cropper. And that's between you and him. And you're trying to get other people involved to help be joysticks and mouthpieces and fucking pawn pieces for you. Because you're not done. And if you have something with him, you need to take care of it and handle it. And quit using other people and getting in other people's heads to try to get other fucking people involved to fucking do shit for you. Because that's what it is. And don't be throwing out assumptions about what I'm doing, what my husband's doing, or what my children are doing. Because that's our business, what we do. Trust and believe, I have mine took care of.
And trust and believe, you better keep your ass out of my fucking personal business, is what you better fucking do.
Maybe you should go take care of yours. Maybe you should go find out what yours are doing.
You don't like to be demanded on nothing? That's too fucking bad. You stay your fucking ass out of my personal fucking life and my children's fucking lives. And if you don't, then you might see my ass in front of your courthouse where you practice fucking law, explaining to all your fucking buddies on how you're fucking interfering in people's lives just because you're fucking butthurt and you can't wear rejection very well because you didn't want to shut up. That's the point. You didn't want to shut up. Why don't you be honest with your little 4 fuck buddies over there that you're manipulating and just tell them the truth in the fact that you're pissed because we were done and you weren't done and you wanted to use us for your shit. You don't wear rejection very well at all. And your little subtle fucking nuances on here about me and my family and what kind of parents we are and what kind of parents we're not and what we're doing with work and what we're not doing with work in our personal life, I think you know us well enough to know you better fucking cut it out and go on about your fucking business. You want to get on there and fucking clown people, you go right on ahead, young lady. But you don't scare me just because you're a fucking attorney. We were nothing but friendly to you and nice to you, and you were manipulating and trying to fucking pass on your vendetta through other people because you're a fucking coward. And now you're pissed because you can't do it. That's the truth. So take all your little psychological words and stick them up your ass. And I don't care if you don't like being talked to like that, because once you fucking started getting on there talking about my goddamn kids and my life, the same as other people have done for fucking years, you ain't no better and you ain't no different. And you can get on there tomorrow with your little condescending, wow, Justin's upset. Wow, you know what? You're goddamn right, because you know what? I considered what I thought was a friend when I should have fucking known better, because my wife was a puppet for you because you were a coward. How dare you sit there and fucking talk about what kind of mother my wife is to her kids and what our kids at this and that. Fuck you. That's what I'm saying. People can't just get on here and be angry. They can't just be angry and just call you a bunch of names. They got to start doing personal fucking digs with their little fucking condescending fucking mouths and little subtle threats and, oh, well, her kids, I'm not saying they need to be taken away. Go ahead and bring CPS into my home, bitch. And yeah, I just called you a bitch because once you fuck with my kids, you ain't no different than any other motherfucker on this planet. You don't worry about what the fuck I do with my family. Or I'll start worrying about what you do with yours. How about that?
My kids are fucking taken care of. My kids have always been priority. That's something that you do not need to fucking concern yourself with. You need to fucking leave my fucking kids out of your fucking prop.
And what kind of mother this and what kind of mother that? Well, I could say the same thing. How about I get on here and say what kind of mother is up at fucking 4 o'clock in the motherfucking morning as an attorney? You know what that shows me? That you maybe do a little white powder is what it fucking what I'm assuming what you might do as a mother. You like that? Or does that get you fucking feelings hurt a little bit? Since you have so many fucking assumptions about my family, maybe you ought to take your ass to bed since you're such a legal professional. See, we're just motherfucking servers at a goddamn casino. We can go into work tired. You're supposed to be representing children. Take your fucking ass to bed. And let go of that fucking white powder you're sucking up your nose. How about that? You don't fucking like it? You want a war on the internet? That's fine with me. I've been doing that shit for 3 years. I'll be damned if you're going to sit on this motherfucker with your little fucking condescending goddamn attitude after we were nothing but friends with you because you don't want this war to end. You can't just move the fuck along and be who you are and war with who you want to. You got to bring my family up into your bullshit. And if you don't think for 1 minute that I will go picket where the fuck you fucking work, don't take it as a threat. Take it to your sheriff's department. It's called First Amendment, and you know I'm well fucking versed on that motherfucker. I will embarrass the fuck out of you if you keep on with your condescending bullshit trying to enter yourself or get other people into my personal life no different than other people have done in the past.
Your little insinuations about what are we doing. It's none of your fucking business. Just like it ain't none of anybody else's fucking business what we do. Have I made your business mine? No. Don't make mine yours.
We ain't got on here and talked about your goddamn personal life and your fucking children and what they must think as a mother that stays up till 4 o'clock in the morning and on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Have we got on here and done that with you because we got butthurt because you didn't agree with us? No, but that's the problem with most of you motherfuckers on here is you wear rejection. It's fucking embarrassing the way that you wear rejection. When a person doesn't align with you, you can't simply walk away. You gotta run your motherfucking mouth.
And have to continue and continue and continue.
Make it personal. You want to get in there and call me a fucking nut job and call my wife a nut job? Hey, by all means, go right ahead.
Don't talk about my fucking kids.
You ain't no different than any other motherfucker on here. You start fucking trying to, with your bullshit about my fucking personal life and what's going on.
Don't bring my fucking kids up. And I won't bring up yours. Because I can sit and I can account for all the hours that you've not been with yours. I can account for all the hours that you say that you're an attorney, and I'm not saying that you're not, but you've been doing this all day, all evening, and all night. You put in more hours than most other people that you see on here that you want to come on here and speak of, on both sides. So don't sit and point a finger at those of us who had something in this for being here, doing what we did while we were here. And if we've decided to just fucking squash shit for whatever fucking reason or not, that's our business to do. If you're not ready to squash any beef you have with someone, then go get it.
Then grow the fuck up and go at whoever you want to go at based on your beef with them. Don't drag my shit up and my family up in your fucking problem.
Or other people.
Self-centered ass.
Because that's what you're doing. You're bringing other people up into your shit. Trying to insinuate shit on other fucking people.
We've come across a few just like her. A few. One that lived with us, one we went to live with them. You're in the same fucking category. Sit there and fucking go start putting in personal fucking digs on my fucking family and my family home and our marital status and every fucking thing else. Fuck you.
And you're mad because I told you in Messenger when all this shit hit, when you decided to take to the internet, which is your right, to insert yourself, to try to persuade people of a fucking narrative that's not so. You chose to fucking get mad at me when I told you I was not going to argue with you. I wasn't going to talk to you. Because all you wanted to do was argue with me.
Give you time to settle down. You've had plenty of time to fucking calm your ass down. But apparently you don't know how to do that and just walk the fuck away.
I told you that I would speak to you when you could get this out of your head with me. Because I'm not going to be persuaded to think a certain way. I'm not going to fucking listen to what you have to say in regards to this situation because I made my mind up on what I wanted to do with it. And you weren't happy with it. You were still trying to put and tell me that all this shit's going to happen. Oh, all this, that, and the other with Cropper and everything else going on. And you have a right to your opinion. But I have a right to mine too. And I have a right to not listen if I don't want to at the time. And I have a right to not argue about it. I'm done with it. I told you I'm done with it. I told you in the private I'm done with it. I'm now telling you again in the public I'm done with it. I've told everybody else that I'm fucking done with it. And I'm fucking done with it. But I still will come on to defend myself when I so choose. When I see that somebody's trying to fucking railroad me. Or lie on me. Or run me over. Because I have that right.
To try to bring CPS back into my home.
Your little puns and digs. And your fucking insinuations. You can keep that shit to yourself. Don't bring my fucking kids up. My kids have been through enough. You know what my kids have fucking been to. I've told you. You know what they've been through. And you're going to continue to sit and bring them up as a fucking prop for your fucking shit? If you want to fucking keep pushing a narrative and you want to keep fucking pushing bullshit, then go ahead. Leave
your own.
my kids out of it. Go fight your battle that you have when you inserted yourself and you come over here. The one that you have, whatever that may be. If you don't like Cropper, you go tell him. You go deal with that.
On your issues, not mine. And
you don't keep trying to interfere and insert yourself in what we did with Cropper, because that's not any of your business.
But see, I already know you right now. When you hear this, you're stewing mad, because that's when it all came down to it, when we just wouldn't see it your way, is what it boils down to. Is no man talked, because you wanted to talk about our phone conversations in your last little thing. I had a conversation with Justin, remember that? Well, now I'm going to bring up a little snippet of the phone conversation, the last one we had, when you broke down crying and saying, it's no man speaks to a woman that way. No real man. I have lived through that. And no real man. Well, let me tell you something. When you start like what you did with me, and any woman on here, any woman, because my track record speaks for it, any woman that treats me with respect and is decent with me, I don't do this. But when you start bringing in my freaking kids, and you start making your little subtle bullshit threats, and start trying to try to figure out my life, and you want to figure out what's going on in my home, you ain't no fucking different than nobody else, man or woman. I'll talk to you the same, and if you don't like it, go cry about it. If you'd have just got on there and you want to clown me and my wife to the fucking end of the earth and say how we're this and we're stupid and we're whatever and we're fucking nuts and all this bullshit you want to fucking say, you be my guest. But the moment you let your anger take a hold of yourself, where you want to start interfering and you want to start putting out narratives online about my life and my children and trying to analyze my home,
then we can,
all because you can't handle rejection.
Then we could do the same for you.
Yeah, you won't like it in return, I promise. See if you're laughing then.
I believe you have a son that's in college that you need to go tend to and help get moved out and finish that up. I believe you have 2 other children that still have 2 years left in high school that you need to go be spending time with and dealing with them. You need to be inserting yourselves in their lives.
Do you like that?
And not everybody else's.
Karen Petit Materna, do you like us to analyze your home life? Oh, you know what you're going to come back and say, like every other materialistic motherfucker. Oh, my kids are going to all these great schools, and my kids drive nice cars, and my kids have everything. Well, yeah, how about, is their mother there?
No, she's inserting herself in everybody else's shit online.
Do you like that analyzation, Karen?
That's what she's doing.
Or does that make you mad?
And to sit there and be a support and to be a friend and to be a whatever, okay, that's fine. But you've taken it too fucking far. When we have said we are going to quit, you did not respect that. You're pissed about it. You're upset about it. To the point, and that's fine. To the point that go fight your battle. Go fight your battle. But leave me and mine and my family and my kids out of whatever battle it is that you choose to fucking go pick. Or else we can bring yours up. Because each minute you're spending on this, you're not spending it with yours. I could say a lot about you too. And you wanted to make a video. And you want to talk about mine.
Hence the reason, because you're so fucking smart. Hence the reason why, after 3 years with certain people, we just simply said we're going to stop. Because battles like this, and the back and forth is how it turns into 3 fucking years. So your little narrative of how it was a play and all these script writers and all this shit, no, it's getting in battles like that because it starts somewhere. And just like we've always said, I'm not justifying it to those people, and they're not justifying it to me, because we've already apologized and moved on. But guess what? You have now joined in the crowd of the person who decided to take her ass online and fucking attack my family. Congratulations, Karen Petit Materna. That's what the timeline will show. That you're no motherfucking different. You like that? Can you produce a different one? Can you produce my wife coming on here and fucking before you did and blasting your ass? No, you can't. You want to start your shit.
And I'm on here making this video mentioning your name because you just made one mentioning mine. Because you chose to fucking interfere and interject yourself in some shit that has nothing to do with you. And you chose to bring my kids up. And you chose to bring up my family. And you chose to fucking throw out insinuations and puns and digs and lies based on your opinions and your assumptions. To try to make people fucking think a false narrative about what we are doing over here. You don't know what we do. You don't see us every day. You have no idea what we do. You don't even know everything that's going on. And I don't owe you or anybody an explanation for what I do each and every fucking day of my life.
And everybody who has stopped sees it for exactly what it is you got put in a position. You got put in a position you didn't like the deal. You know why you didn't like the deal? Because it meant for it to stop, and you weren't ready for it to stop.
So when you and Don McKenna and whoever else wants to go sit and talk about fucking nuts, we can say the same for you. Because what's truly nuts about this all is the fact that you had nothing to even do with this dynamics over here. You didn't have a stake in anything going on over here. What brought you over here with was your interest in Cropper, because you have some vendetta against him. And so you come over here to help push things, and you got upset when it stopped. So my suggestion to you is, if you have whatever it is in your brain that you have against Cropper, you go deal with it. But leave other people out of it, including the freaking numbskulls that want to flock around your ass and think that you're going to be there to save them, because you're not. You see, people have patterns, you say. Patterns of fucking behavior patterns, right? Well, let's see. I believe you were in my corner and you were in supporting me. And now that I have decided to stop and move forward, and I've made amends with people, and I've made truces with people, that's upset you. So now you're against me because of it, and you have chose to go and try to act like you're in their corner and try to act like you're their fucking little speaker of reason.
You're a piece of shit's what you are.
And so you now are putting those people, in my opinion, up for a target to be further harassed and attacked and stalked and...
Not attacked. They're doing all the fucking attacking at this point.
Well, I know that right now. Yes, I do agree. But they are being too naive to the situation and need to open, in my opinion, their eyes to see what it is that you're setting them up for. Because that's the realization of it. You are telling them, I am woman, hear me roar, and all this shit that you're doing with your leadership over there that you got going on. But you haven't been here. You don't know what's been going on. You've inserted yourself. And you want to make them think and feel and get into their brain to make them think that they've not been a part of shit. That they're just like on the outside. And that they've been given no choice. Which is not true. Everybody has their own free will. And everybody has their own choices to make.
And why don't you quit trying to fucking manipulate the fucking internet, because all your little courtroom antics that you play on here with the mandating and all that, why don't you leave? Why don't you put on there, why don't, every time that rolls off your tongue, why don't you be a decent person, and even if you want to say, which it wasn't a mandate. What was the mandate, Karen? To stop fucking fighting with each other? Did you leave that part out? What you're basically telling your little crowd that's too ignorant to get it, when you say nobody tells me what to do, nobody tells us what to do, first off, nobody was telling you a fucking thing. Second off, it was to stop fighting with each other.
On all sides.
There was no mandate for you just to simply be quiet while people rammed you in the ass on the fucking internet with their words and attacked you personally and all that, and everybody over here was just supposed to be quiet. No, it was for everybody to stop. So why don't you make sure and mention that to your little group of little underlings over there? Because every time you're opening your mouth with that bullshit, you're showing exactly what we said you are, is a fucking shit starter.
So please do explain this. Here's a question. Here's a question for you. Explain to everybody why you're over here. Explain to everybody. What piqued your interest here suddenly in the past couple of months for you to even be here? Let's see if you can give that explanation to everybody so then everybody can understand why it is that you're even over here, giving out your fucking perspectives when you haven't even been over here and you had no fucking stake or fight or anything in this game, as you call it, or scripted novel, as you call it. Could you explain that to everybody? Why is it that you don't like Cropper? Could you tell everybody? And why is it that you're over here pushing people to not stop? Because that's exactly what you're doing. And you know that's what you're doing.
And trying to drag us back up into it.
I'm not going to get dragged back up into it. I'm going to address certain situations as I see fit. When my name is brought up and my kids are brought up and my situation's being used as a fucking prop, and I will say this, I'm sure Cropper at some point will see this. I hope those of you who watch this don't go back to him with a false narrative. So I will say this. Cropper, your name got brought up over here because I needed to address Karen to find out why exactly it is that she's doing what she's doing.
Trying to start
and that's the only
shit
reason
pot.
why. So, no harm intended.
Fucking ridiculous.
We've all agreed to stop. We've all agreed to go our separate ways. We've all agreed to disagree. I don't understand what's so hard about that.
If you're not done, just say you're not done. Don't go get on there and fucking manipulate and fucking use us as we're some bad fucking people in some fucking script and we're horrible fucking people, and then go try to, with your little undertones of the way that you perceive us to live and the choices we've made. You want to fucking go balls to walls with fucking Cropper, then go do it on your own fucking what you're truly mad about, and leave me the fuck out of it.
And I don't appreciate the twisting of words and what I said in my video today, because nobody's quitting anything. What I said is I have a choice to make due to somebody else's selfishness and their fucking hate for me.
And obviously the choice that we had to make.
They fucking harmed my children by what they did. I said they didn't harm me. They harmed my children by what they did.
You're such an attorney.
The actions,
fucking listen to it.
Their actions this morning on what they did when they decided to disable my car harmed my children. And I said I had a choice to make. I can go and I can fix my car.
Which means take the money away from the kids for school clothes, you dumbass.
And just what he said. Or I can say, fuck the car and choose my kids.
And then not be able to get to work. Dumbass.
Not that somebody's going to fucking, oh, the car's disabled, let's just quit. And then you want to fucking make a big fucking ordeal over it and push a false narrative and twist the shit to make it seem as if that's what I was saying, which that's not what I said. And then be like, well, why would anybody do that? Well, why wouldn't you just take an Uber or da-da-da-da-da?
It's people like you that turn me into talking to people like you the way I do, because I'm fucking sick of your fucking bullshit with people like you.
And it's really called mind your own fucking business.
Because it's very apparent you want to get in there. I just tried to nothing, but your narrative will be, I was there for the Turners, and now look at the way they're treating me. Fuck you. Fuck you. That is, after 3.5 years, what I have to say to people like you is fuck you. I don't have to be nice. I'm tired of trying to be nice to fucking assholes like you, man or woman.
Because I told you that I would talk to you when you got upset with me for not talking to you. Because you tried to call me, and you tried to message me, and call me, and message me, and call me, and message me, when all this shit hit the fan the other night. And I told you that I would talk to you when I could. And then I told you that I would talk to you when you calm down. And I would talk to you, but I don't want to argue with you. And that we were going to have to agree to disagree. And if you couldn't do that, and if you and I couldn't continue a friendship and talk about other shit, then it just wasn't going to happen. Because I'm not going to sit and talk to people about this shit day in and day out.
Well, let's use a scenario. Let's use a scenario, Karen, because we're all about scenarios in courtrooms, right? And this is law, right? We're in front of a jury. Well, here, let me give you kind of an analogy or a scenario before our jurors, of our peers, okay? It's kind of like if you have a bunch of drug heads, okay? And they're all doing drugs. And as you see, this drug addict that's your friend or your enemy or whoever in this circle of drug addicts, okay? And they're falling down and they're going to jail and they're losing their kids and they're getting the cops called on them and they're losing weight and they're losing fucking organs and everything else, okay? And then when a bunch of drug addicts or a few decide they want to come together and say, hey, it's not a good idea that I'm around you or you're around me, because as long as we're around each other, we're going to keep doing those drugs. Does everybody in the court of opinion, are y'all understanding this so far? But I want you to understand something, fellow drug addict. That there's going to try to be people that don't want us to stop doing drugs. There's going to be people that don't want us to stop doing drugs because it's something they attach themselves to and they're not ready to stop doing drugs. So then when the people, the two drug addicts that decide they want to stop doing it and go their separate ways and don't be around each other, because if they know they do, they're going to do drugs, and they walk away, we tell each other, watch out for the ones that want you to keep doing it. And that's what you are, Karen. You're the one that didn't want it to stop. You're the one that doesn't want the drug addicts to stop doing drugs. You want to keep doing it and have other people doing it too. So there's your little analysis, okay, Miss Lawyer? And you proved yourself to not want to stop doing the drug. And you're lashing out at people that wanted to stop.
Which is fine if that's what you want to do. But go do it. Knock yourself out. If you got a fight in this and you are upset over some shit with someone, then go fucking hash it out. Leave us out of it. Don't use us for a fucking prop for your fucking narrative and twist shit and get people to fucking falsely fucking think shit of me, because I don't receive not one fucking check from this shit, and I take care of my fucking kids.
That's because of them conspiracy. It sounds good. She's saying that for her to build her little crowd.
And I have not been reading a script.
Yeah.
Like you want to fucking persuade people to fucking believe. And where the fuck that came from, I'll never fucking understand that. It's ridiculous.
Play your fucking games. I can sit here and fucking be so smart and intellectual and give scenarios and analysis and all your lawyer bullshit. Cut the bullshit. You don't want it to end. The people that you wanted it to continue with was us, told you that we were done, and now you feel rejected, and now you're fucking pissed. Why don't you just be fucking honest? And that shows that you were never a friend. That's what that shows me, and that's why I'm talking to you the way I am now. Because you were manipulation. In fact, not only were you never a friend, you used us to push your hatred towards somebody because you wouldn't do it on your own. And now you're forced to do it on your own, and you're pissed.
Everybody has to fight their own battles. We can't do it for everybody, and other people can't do it for us. It just causes more confusion, and it just causes more problems. And my suggestion in all of this is for everybody to find peace with what's going on, and for everybody to find peace within yourselves. And if you got to take time to do it, I understand. I know that it wasn't for everybody. That's why it was a choice. It's not some forced fucking decision, like some people want to sit and say. Nobody forced anybody to do anything. Everybody has free will. If anything, out of everything, whether you liked me, whether you hated me, whether you liked me and hated me later, or whether you hate me now or not, that's one thing I guarantee you. You can think back on throughout this past 3 years. I've always told everybody to fucking think for yourself. I've always said, think for yourself. Don't follow along because other people are. Make your own mind up. Make your own decision.
Because the simple fact is, as far as I can see, unless there's a bunch of shit that I hadn't known because I honestly haven't been on here just to watch and see, but for the most part, the bullshit is starting to subside. It's beginning to subside, except for you and a few others.
Yeah.
So if it's some master plan and some script, then why is it, for the most part, there's about 4 of you that won't just simply fucking let it go?
If y'all want to sit and fight with each other, sit over there and fight with each other. Y'all want to have a Me Too movement? Go do it. Go do your Me Too movement. But leave those who don't want to be in it and have chosen to fucking move forward out of it.
With friends like you, who the fuck needs enemies? That's what I'll say. Good God.
And for those of you who have reached out today, and for those of you who have addressed us today, we appreciate it. We thank you all. We are taking care of our situation. We don't need any resources. We are taking care of that. But we do appreciate everybody who has offered and everybody who has extended a hand for that. We just hope that everybody is able to squash indifferences that they have with each other, whoever it is you may have that with. Some people are not ready to do that, and that's fine. It's understandable, and it's accepted by us. I'm not going to judge you guys for those of you, including the 4, who are not ready to move forward. No one said you had to. But leave everybody else out of your shit that has decided to move forward.
And one more thing I'll address, Miss Materna, is when you wanted to say what we did the other night was childish, and it was just, oh, I'm sorry, and then that's how preschoolers do it. Well, see, if you'd have been paying attention in this time that you've been in it, if you'd have been paying attention instead of fucking laughing and making it a fucking game because you don't have a conscience and you don't give a fuck about people's feelings, apparently. The point is to everybody just own their own thing and then understand that you might not get it back, but at least it gives them the freedom to move on instead of getting on this son of a bitch and tearing each other apart with words. That was the point. But see, people I was shit starters like you don't like that. You'd rather sit back and pop your popcorn because you're an attorney and watch 2 people go at it.
For your entertainment.
For your entertainment.
Well, glad that you find people's lives being destructed on both sides, on all sides, no matter how people want to look at it. Who was a victim versus who wasn't. I'm glad you found entertainment in that, and that you find entertainment in that, and that you find that comical, and you find it funny, and you find it fucking entertaining.
And in case you hadn't been paying attention, how can you say you're sorry if you don't get everything that what you feel like has been done to you? And well, in case you hadn't noticed, dummy, that's what we've been fighting for 3 fucking years. That's what we've been fighting with for Cropper for 3 motherfucking years. Is, no, you did this, no, you did that, no, you did this, and I'll show you here, and I'll show you there, and I'll show you here, and then you get angry, and then you start cutting each other down, and then you start saying shit you shouldn't say, and then you get mad, and then you get angry because they're not seeing it your way, and they're not seeing it yours. See, what we did was adult. What you're doing is being a fucking preschooler. Just the opposite of what you're saying, which is nothing out of the realm of possibility in this, because I have seen the hypocrisy so many fucking times, it's unreal.
So you and your 4 go do whatever it is you think you got to do, and you and your 4 go and be adults or preschoolers or entertainers or comical or get your popcorn ready or do whatever, but you're going to be pretty fucking bored.
How about this? Miss McKenna? Because you're the one with you're real good too with the subtle nuances. Is, well, where was everybody at when I was getting CPS at my house and all this? Well, how about you do this? How about you change the topic, and how about you start trying to figure out who it was and maybe make that your topic? Why don't you go after the people who called instead of fucking sitting on here like a goddamn wine bag about how nobody had your back when it was happening? How about you make that your topic? How about you make that your topic is, I'm going to find out who it was who did it, and I'm going to expose them for what they are. But see, that's not fun for you, right? It's too much fun to be a shit starter and start crying and whining about, I had this person's back and they didn't have mine, and how dare somebody, me.
Sulking and feeling sorry for yourself when you should be standing up for your children and finding out who the fuck did you wrong, if that's the case.
See, and Karen, she has no stake in it. Nothing's happened to her. She just sat around and popped her fucking popcorn while it happened to everybody else, and now it's pissed everybody that we're not doing it to each other anymore. I mean, you can't make it any fucking clearer.
Why don't you get old Karen over there to fucking help pull fucking resources for you? Why don't you get old Karen over there to fucking, since she's such that child advocate, why don't you get old Karen over there to fucking help you find out who fucking made calls on you? If that's the case. Why don't y'all spend your time doing real shit and find out who was affecting your children's lives? If that's the case.
There's you a topic.
Instead of getting on here playing fucking games.
And then she'll come on tomorrow. Well, I thought you were in. She'll be no different than the other motherfucker on here. She won't address because she knows I'm fucking right. She knows that everything I've said makes more fucking sense than any fucking thing her crazy ass just said online. But instead of doing that, I thought you were done, Justin. I thought that you were leaving the stage, Justin. I thought that you were this, Justin. No, you brought my kids up. Because if you want to sit over there and act like a fucking clown on me and my wife and what you think of us, that's fine. But when you start bringing up me and my wife as a parent to my children after what they've been through, you're damn right I'll say anything I fucking want, and I'll come back and I'll do it whenever the fuck I want, however the fuck I want, and just because you're an attorney don't make you any fucking different. Because it still don't mean that's your profession, that's not your character. Remember that. Your law license is a profession, it's not your character. Your character has shown me to be a soulless, heartless piece of shit.
And it don't have anything to do with the fact that you're a woman, so don't start playing that card.
Don't talk to me that way. I'm a woman. I can talk about your family life and how I don't think you're a very good parent, but don't talk to me that way. I'm a woman. Bullshit.
man or woman doesn't justify being able to get on and fucking insert yourself in people's personal lives. Either way, it doesn't matter. Especially when nobody's done anything to you. Because things didn't go your way and you're upset because things are coming to an end. Like I said, I passed the torch. A lot of us passed the torch. You got 1,000 torches coming your way. If you want them, reach out for them. I'm sure a lot of people will hand it to you.
But stand on your own 2 feet and don't ride my coattails, because I don't need it. Okay? There was nothing wonderful and glorious about this. Keep my name out of your fucking mouth and my situation out of your fucking mouth and stand on your own 2 feet, and you go on and give your grievances till you're blue in the face to the fucking world on the internet, and leave my situation and my family out of your fucking narrative.
Not going to use us and our family and our situation or even our close friends that are around us to fucking throw up in the middle of your shit because you have a fucking vendetta against somebody. Go handle your shit. Like we have been for the last 3 years. Go handle your shit. And I'll pop my popcorn while you do so. All of us will pop our popcorn while we watch you try to fucking stand on your 2 feet when you've inserted yourself. Y'all have a good day.